Okay, so we're on the fourth Kinja,
Mm-hmm.
and this one's Thai.
Thai,
Yes.
right?
So it's located
Navel.
right, right in that, right where your belly button
Then
is.
yeah, that's it. Yep, it's the navel. So yeah, so you can see how that can be a little off configuration wise physically with a lot of the seven chakra
Systems.
systems, right? So, but again, just do your best to coordinate them and know that those are all quite close in proximity. So, they and they do have an effect on each other as well through that coordinating factor. So they're all going to help each other out, right? It's the synergy between them. So don't get too uh, don't get too bogged down with trying to like separate them out too much, and and coordinate them with your own correspondences. Like if you're confused about one or another, just look at the basic attribute of the chakra and put it in that category.
Okay,
So
so what are the basic attributes of Thai?
yeah, so Tai is the uh, Tai is like the spirit shout, which is um, the best way to think about it is external pressure. So they're stimulating that chakra like in martial arts when they're yelling and hitting at the same time. Like the kiai or the depending on the system, right? They have different sounds that they make. So, but that's that explosion of energy coming out, right? So it's dealing with external pressure as opposed to internal pressure.
Applying external pressure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Or dealing with external pressure, right? So
Mm.
it's how I deal with, again, physical force as well. So it's that chakra is stimulated when I'm trying to move more weight or to, push something or have a physical expression in the world in some way. So that chakra specifically comes online in that time, and helps me to project that into the world in some way. Yeah. So yeah, it's one of the more difficult ones to think about and speak about in physical terms, but that's the best
Do
way
you
to sort
think
of do
about
that.
it as being connected to our expression of manifesting in the world, or
Not so much with that. I mean, that for us is more the throat chakra, right? So,
mm.
but obviously there's some coordination between that. So I think of it as more like it's the expression of action that's taken in the world. Not just projecting with my voice and manifesting for others to hear my thoughts. It's the physical action of building something in the world. It's like I'm I'm taking physical action to respond in the world in the appropriate way, right? So it's not just martial arts. Obviously, it's like again, if I have to move the car, I'm going to push the car, and that's going to be a physical expression of me moving something out of the way or whatever it is, or helping in some way or shape or form. Um, but also taking the appropriate action. Like if I have to, like I'm moving out of one job and into another, but I need a certain skill set to move into that new job. Well, I can think about that and I can say, oh, I'd like to take these classes, but when it comes time to actually taking the classes, that's Thai when you're physically expressing that going to the class and taking the class and doing the work and doing a good job. That's more of that Thai expression of physical expression in the world.
So do you think of this as also having a correspondence with like building up those reservoirs of energy in the body?
To some degree, I mean, I mean, they all feed back into that, right? If they're utilized properly and they're working well, because they're all going to build, and so they don't all, not everything that they build is going to have to be utilized at every moment of the day. So when there's a calming of those places, a calming of those chakras, the excess energy that's accumulated there is going to be, moved back into those reserves. So, yeah, and that way, I would say yes, that it does do that. They all do that to some degree. So, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, what are the
Sure. And the hand configuration. So this is uh, the first of that second set, right? So now my hands aren't interlaced at all, but they're knuckle to knuckle like this. Okay. So I'm just making these and I'm putting them together finger to finger. And this comes out on the bottom, so the 2 on the bottom, my ring finger, my pinky, and then my thumbs are still in that sort of configuration of being bent and covering up the others. Palms are still open, that's all still open. And the beam comes from between those 2 fingers, between the ring fingers and the pinkies. So the gap that's there, that's where the beam is coming from. Okay, and that's it. It's pretty simple. Yeah. And where am I going to do it on the diagram? On this diagram, you're going to put it, right in this empty space where this is open. Okay, so right there.
Cool.
Okay. That's that.
All right. Awesome.
All right, and
Thanks.
we move to the next.
Yeah.
Okay.